And one of the most commonly asked questions is, what do I have to do for my house to get it ready for sale or for rent? We're going to talk about it right now.
Yes, it's definitely in the top 3 questions of what we get asked when people are looking to put their property on the market, isn't it, Mark? It's always, what else do I need to do, guys, to get the property ready for market? Tell me what I need to do. And it's changed a little bit, Mark, really, because so much stock is being transacted off market, or what we call pre-market. And so things have changed again, as opposed to going full throttle and getting your property on the market and launching it out to all the real estate sites and opening it up to the crowds for open for inspection. So what we're going to do today, guys, we're going to spend the next 15 minutes talking you through some of the things that you need to do and some of the things that you don't need to do to get your property all ready and pimped up and getting it on the market. Mark, let's start with you. What do you reckon?
Why do people not already know, or why do they ask the question, I guess, is good, because probably, I guess, sometimes you become complacent in your property. You don't see things that other people, like a buyer or a tenant, would see. So you sort of, I guess you go, really? Do I have to do that? Or oh, I was always going to do that. Yep, I'll get it done. So it's really interesting. I guess when people ask the question, it's a low-hanging fruit. There's dollars there. And they're thinking, you know what, I can potentially spend not a lot and make some big bucks. What are the tips, Mr. Real Estate Agent? So I guess you'd think everyone would know, but not at all, because I guess as an agent, we're the ones seeing the opposition or seeing the people make the comments. So we know exactly what you don't need to do and do need to do. And how many times, Lisa, I'm telling people, no, don't do that. No. I'm saying, I'm going, don't do that. And hang on a sec, do this. And they're like, really, do that? So it's interesting.
So, okay, I want to look at all the different scenarios, Mark, because so many properties that we go into are, we're having the conversation. Well, we can just launch it now pre-market. And we don't have to do everything. We don't have to do all the bells and whistles. We don't have to go around and have everything absolutely immaculate. And the reason why, guys, is because buyers are extremely forgiving when you give them the backstage pass. So we say to the buyer, Mark, I'm going to get you through the property first, but please understand it's not ready yet for market, but I'm going to get you through the property before the crowds. And you go, I don't care. I don't care what the property looks like. So buyers are very forgiving at that pre-market or off-market level, all right? So, but of course, we need to have the property all, looking as neat and tidy as possible, but all the renos don't necessarily need to be done at that time, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, hello, Mr. Danelovich, one of my very, very best clients.
The cheekiest customer of the year, Danelovich.
Absolutely.
Magella Galvin, great advice. How are you? Good morning, Magella. And
Good
Luke,
morning, Magella.
You legend.
Good
Best
morning,
buyers
guys.
agent in the world. G'day, everyone.
Good morning. So pre-market or off-market, it's a little bit more forgiving as to what you need to do to get the property prepped and ready. Okay. But Mark, then we've got the scenario, and this is actually a really great topic. Then we've got the scenario of property's tenanted. Property's tenanted. What do we do? You walk in. I've done an appraisal as an agent. And I've just gone, oh my goodness, this place is a mess and I've got to get it ready for sale. Now, we can't tell tenants how to live.
No.
Right? How many times has that happened to you, Mark? You've walked in to do an appraisal.
They're paying good rent. They're paying good rent. They should be able to, be, as long as they're clean, they should be able to be as untidy and tidy as they want, have shit wherever they want. But now the agents go and clean up your act. It's a tough topic.
So, okay, can I just point out a property I just sold last week, was on the market for 4 months with another agent, and we had it sold within the week in Bilgola Plateau. We had a bit of a tricky situation there with the tenant. All right, they're in there, they're paying great rent. Imagine the tenant. They've been in there for 4 months and they've had non-stop open homes. And they're just like, I've had a gutful. And then I call up and go, hi.
I'm going to sell it quick.
Great
I'm
news.
going to sell it
It's
quick,
3
not like
weeks
the other
after
agent. They're like,
Christmas. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so I just said to them, I'll tell you what, you give me 3 things that you wanted to get fixed around the property, and I'll make sure that happens for you. And I'm going to see what I can do about getting a little bit of rent off for you as well.
And do the property up at the same time.
And that's it. So I said, give me 3 things that really bother you. Said the decks, the pergola, and there was an awning out the front that just looked unsightly. I said, all right, I'm going to do my best to get those fixed for you guys. And we did. So we got off on a great foot. And, you know, if they feel like you're batting for them, which you always should be as an agent, because you need the tenant, trust me, walk in with a bottle of wine, a box of chockies, whatever it is, introduce yourself. Honestly, they will work with you, and that will make everything so much easier. So, you know, getting a good rental rebate, we call it, you know, getting some things prepped and sorted around the property as well. And just saying, guys, if you just make, you know, present the property really well, we'll be in and out much quicker for you.
Big time. So I've called it in the topic here, pimping yo house. In below, but I
You're
think
such
that,
a
look,
homie, Mark.
thank you. Part of today's essay. Look, but also pimping your house lease for sale or for rent. I think, you know what the saddest thing I see about people pimping their house for sale or for rent? The saddest thing I see is they didn't do it earlier. And I think to myself, oh my God, you could have got to enjoy this beautiful carpet, this beautiful paint, this deck, whatever they're
Yes.
doing. And it's like, so guys, if you're going to consider in the next 1, 2, 3 years, do yourself a favor, get a real estate agent through, ask the real estate agent what needs to be done for sale. Probably don't tell them you're going to be selling in 5 years or 3 years, whatever. Just go, I just wanted to know a price. And see what they tell you and enjoy the pimping, enjoy the renovation before you're going to dispose of the property in a couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 years' time. Because it's so sad seeing people do that big renovation. They go, why didn't I do this earlier?
Okay, so can I just say, Mark, on the flip side, a big mistake that I see that owners will make is they'll call me up, you know, we've had a conversation 12 months ago, and we've had a conversation 12 months ago, and I've walked in and said, okay, guys, here's what you need to do. And they're like, no, we're going to rip out the kitchen. We're going to rip out the bathroom. We're going to repaint. And I'm like, look, I probably wouldn't recommend that you do that. Let's just trick it up and get it looking really, really nice for market. We'll paint and carpet and change the lights and fix up some of the tapware, and that'll make a huge difference. No, they're adamant they want to redo the kitchen and bathroom. The market's hot. We want to get the most amount of money. And then guess what happens? They call me up. They go, great, we're ready. And I go, guys, the market's off now 10%. We've actually missed the roaring hot market. So be careful when you are looking to do the renos. Mark, as you said, get the agent in and find out what is the absolute necessary things that need to be done to get you the most amount of money. Because often it's not ripping out kitchens and bathrooms. These days we can resin spray bathrooms, which is so cheap. It can be done in one day. So we can change a bright pink bathroom to all white in a day, and it's super cheap, right? We can trick it up, as I said, new shower screens, new tapware.
And I think you've got to remember, don't forget, agents' advice is for free. Get them through. But you've got to remember, it's maximum impact, minimum cost. Maximum impact, minimum cost. So don't be thinking a brand new kitchen, and don't be thinking a brand new bathroom unless you're going to get, some life out of it, like 3 years or 5 years.
Yes.
You've got to be thinking what can make a radical, huge change when a buyer comes through with not a lot of money. Paint and carpet is the most obvious, or an awkward repair, something that would irk people when they walk through. So they look up and see that a shit ton of spider webs, which has damaged the paintwork over the years. Okay, remove the spider webs, paint it fresh, like just that sort of stuff.
So the best things that I see, Mark, is definitely paint. It's like, girls, if you're watching, it's like putting foundation on your face. Like, it actually hides a multitude of blemishes and sins, right? So painting a property.
You don't actually use any though.
No, I don't have any. This is all natural.
It's natural.
But I look, painting a property and paint it all white. So, often vendors will be like, oh, we'll do a feature wall, and that's your taste. But we've got to move from live mode to sell mode, right? So no one ever walked into a property and said, I hate white. Why would they paint the walls white? White is fresh, and, right? And it will brighten the
True.
property up.
Yeah.
In terms of choice of color, carpet color, I always just give vendors 6 choices. They're the choices. There's a few, shades of beige, and there's a few shades of grey. That's it. We go for something plain and basic. Forget about floorboards. Unfortunately, the timeline for floorboards is always way too long. Carpet and paint, for me as an agent, we've got trades that work for us all year round. So we've got access to these guys. I could have the property done and, finished within a week. So that's really, really critical as well.
Which white would you use? Jonathan wants to know, is it stark mark white?
I use Lexicon. Lexicon white. So it's not stark white, although I must say I don't mind a dulux ceiling white. But as I said, no one ever walked in and said, why would they paint the walls white? I hate the white. What's Mr. Creek got to say? Before Donald Trump became unpopular, he used to say, if you are selling your car, make it the shiniest car on the market. There you go. That's it. That's what we're going to do. Make it the shiniest property on the market. So can I give you guys another example? Had a tenant in a property. It's just come on the market now in Narrabeen. The tenant, I walked in to do the appraisal, and I actually didn't even know how to mention it to my vendor. The tenant was a hoarder. Obviously, impossible to sell the property the way it was. He would have taken a huge hit on price. So I said to him, look, best way is we just got to get the tenant out. Obviously a lease and even a rotating lease is there, and it will protect the tenant. So we had a very, very amicable, grown-up conversation, and it really worked out beautifully for all parties. Got through the property. Mark, you came through it on Monday. That property was dark brown. It was an extremely dark apartment. It had stuff everywhere. You tell me what you saw on Monday when you walked through the property.
Beautiful property.
2-bedder in Narrabeen, the top floor, beautiful and bright. You walked in and said, this is one of the best apartments I've seen in a long time.
It was just, she was old, but she just felt, she felt positive.
Yeah.
Like whatever was done there, it felt positive. Yes, it was old. Yes, people would have thought, oh my God, I got to do the kitchen. Oh my God, I got to do the bathroom. But no, it still felt positive when it was original. But that carpet paint was a really good.
And that's all that was. That was carpet, paint, and changing lighting around.
Yeah.
Right. So, and we were able to do that. The tenant moved out, I think it was about 4 days ago, Mark. So, we'd already
I'd love to buy that property, by the
way. Would you? It's a really good one. Pittwater Road, Narrabeen, guys, if you're looking for it.
On our website.
We'll put through a link in here, but big transformation, and it cost the vendor about $4,000. So, and this is always the thing. As an agent, I'm always weighing it up. And I'm going, okay, hang on a sec, guys. We're not going to go spend $50,000 on this 2-bedroom apartment in Narrabeen because we don't want to just make 50 back. We want to be able to make you, 100,000 back for this, for all the efforts. So, it's a matter of just working out what's the least amount of money we can spend for the most amount of impact, and what's going to get the property sold. What do the people want? That's my favourite question to ask.
Give the people what they want. Hey, Liz, before we roll out, can we say hi to Vel? And I want to give a special hello to Vel's mum today. She's a special lady.
Yeah, honestly, Mark. Honestly.
Vel,
all right.
Hi, Snellovich. And also, do you want to see? Do you want to see the? Do you want to see the ride I'm in today?
Love to. Love to. You are looking somewhat country. I'm not going to lie with your cat.
This is only for today. I just want to show you. This is the suspension. Look at that. Look at that.
Hold it down a little bit. Hold the camera down. Oh my God.
Yeah. Look how beautiful.
I'm sure the boys that are watching are extremely impressed.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that.
That looks like it's been around the traps a bit.
Hey?
That looks like it's been around the traps a bit.
Good, eh?
Looks amazing.
It's the car you think a murderer will drive, you know.
Oh, goodness me. All right, what other tips can we offer, Mark? What other
I think we're
tips can we
good.
offer?
I think we help people today.
What's that?
Maximum impact, minimum cost, pimp your house out. And the worst mistake I ever see people make is they don't get to enjoy their renovation after they've done it. They renovate it, they sell it, they go, why didn't I do this earlier?
Yeah,
Do
how
it
many
now.
times does that happen?
All the
How
time.
many
So
times?
sad. Enjoy the money you spent on your home. It's your home.
Can I just add, we actually, as part of what we do, guys, Wolf Creek 3. As part of what we do, guys, we actually do offer that service. And guess what we charge for it? So I've renovated 3 properties, Mark, in the last 7 days.
Yep.
Guess what we charge for it, for that service? Absolutely zero, zilcho. So two of my vendors, they don't even live here in Sydney. So they've been getting regular video updates via my WhatsApp groups that I set up. So we simply just have the conversation. What color would you like? What paint? Here's what I recommend. Are you happy to leave it all to me? And, you know, it's been a seamless process. Stay tuned on Pittwater Road, Mark, because that one's hitting the market this Saturday. I reckon that one's going to go on Saturday.
It's an original but a hottie. I love her.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah. I wish, you know what I'm going to start to do, guys? I'm going to start to do the before and after photos. I love seeing those.
Yeah. If you've ever seen a good looking grandma and you think, wow, she would have been beautiful when she was younger, that's what this property is.
Okay.
Or an old guy that looks like Frank Sinatra. That's what this property is.
Yeah, no, it is. But honestly, guys, it does make a huge amount of difference. Spending the least amount of money, listen to what the agent says. Can I tell you sometimes, and I hope I'm not going to get shot down by the industry for saying this, sometimes agents will tell you to do stuff that's just not necessary. So if it doesn't feel right, get another opinion.
Yeah,
go
good
with
point.
Your gut. Go with your gut as well.
Yeah. And how many times people have told you that? They've said, the other agent said blah, 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 and I just didn't feel, it's true.
Sometimes I'll see these you know, tiny little apartments, and they've had $5,000 worth of styling spent on them. And don't get me wrong, I love my stylist. She does the best job ever. But sometimes these properties just don't need it. You know, the price isn't there. The vendor shouldn't need to spend that kind of money. So really just weigh it up. If your agent's told you something and you're like, oh, I don't know, I just doesn't, you know, I went and appraised a property just quickly before we finish up. I went and appraised a property. It was actually with another agent, and these guys had called me in. It was out of my area and said, Lisa, the agent's making us do all of this. And I walked around literally with my jaw on the floor just going, what? Like, what do you mean he's made you like rip down all your balustrading and rip all your fences down?
Yeah.
And
Overkill.
guess what happened, Mark? These poor people completely missed the market. They've only just launched now.
I'd have kind of the same thing. Yeah.
So, you know, again, if it doesn't feel right, whatever. All right. Hopefully that's given you guys some tips. Have a great day.
Wow, you're a real energizer today, Lisa. You didn't get me to talk at all. I just recorded that, and you spoke for 15 minutes and 32 seconds. I got 3.
That's because I haven't been able to get my full word count out this morning, Mark, before 7:30. Usually we walk and talk, and I get all my words out.
You're the best. Everyone, take care. Enjoy this beautiful week ahead. They roll up towards Christmas. Love ya. See ya. Bye.
See you guys.